this be your host for the evening. As always, my name is Lee, and I'm here with my buddy L.T. What's going on, my friend?
Hey, brother, how's it going?
It is going fantastically well. I hope all is well with you.
Perfect, man. We've been hitting a little warm spell here between cold spells from across America. We're getting 90-degree weather here. Down. I don't know if anyone knows. I'm way down in Texas, where the heat is a norm, and the cold is usually to us 67 degrees, and that freaks us out. Makes us go and shop and bundle up, and it's just everyone breaks out the parka. It's crazy down here.
Guys, is it just me, or are you guys also picking up on the fact that every time we have a conversation, it seems like he is rubbing in his warm weather to me? Every time we begin. I mean, and we've got the wintry mix coming up. And for those of you who know, I'm here in Virginia. We've got another wintry mix coming our way in 2 weeks, 2 days. And I've got to hear this guy talking about his cold weather of 67 degrees. I mean,
in fact,
we would kill, dude, right now we kill for 67 degrees. And it's like summertime for us. We go outside in the shorts and t-shirts, and it's just like incredible.
Well,
so I am very envious.
Yeah, I wish there was an in between, because I would love some of that cool weather, constant cool weather. But oh well.
I mean, I feel you. Well, dude, we've got a great show for you guys this evening. We've got a lot of content to talk about. We've got 2 finales that have been, we've been talking about for the past few weeks. Talking about Book of Boba and also Peacemaker. We're going to talk about the new Doctor Strange trailer that just dropped, as well as the new DC teaser that really was teasing the next 4 movies that are coming out in the DC for the DC universe this year in 2022. We're talking about Batman, Black Adam,
Aquaman,
The
Flash.
The Flash. That's right. All 4 coming out. So Batman here just in a few days. So we'll be talking about that soon, guys.
I got my tickets. I'm ready.
Oh, there you go. All right, dude. All right. You going opening night?
It's gonna be on Saturday. I could not make it Friday.
So what is it? March 3rd, right? Or March 4th?
4th. Yes. I got tickets for the 5th. So
all right, there you go. All right, man. Yes, I'm seeing that opening weekend too. It should be good stuff. But guys, that'll be our next show. Right now, we're going to talk about, as I said, the finales. We're going to kick it off with, why don't we start with Book of Boba?
Yes.
All right, LT, man, what did you think? I mean, about the finale. That's what we're going to talk about. Okay. You guys have been watching the show, you know how I felt.
Yeah.
But I would love to hear LT's thoughts.
No, yeah, you've heard me talk. I love the show. I love Boba, but the last 2 episodes before this were basically not Boba Fett, and I was going into a all-out war, and then we find out it's again almost half of it Mandalorian and Grogu and whatnot. It was great for the most part. We got to see a lot of action, a lot more action that we saw. We got a lot of we saw Cade Bane come back, basically a shootout at the OK Corral type thing, down Main Street type scenario. We finally got to see Boba write his Rancor pets. We saw a lot of closure, but again, like I said, half of it was Mandalorian and Grogu. In fact, it ended setting it up, almost not so much setting it up, but for season 3, this back end of this show was Mandalorian 2.5. For that, I was kind of mad, but for the most part, it did have a lot of closure as far as this story. I'm looking forward to if they do a season 2. I don't know if they will. I mean, they did have a secret ending to it, which it teased maybe more of Marshall Cobb for Mandalorian, not so much for Boba. You know what I'm saying? But if this ends right here, I'm fine, which I hope it doesn't, because there's still a lot of story. I mean, you and I talked about how we wanted to see Han in the future, a DH Han. But for the most part, it was good, but it wasn't an exciting season finales like Mando's season 2, where it even made you cry. you
Right,
know,
right.
so
Well, you guys all heard me talk about it, and if I'm wrong, but you actually did enjoy those first 4 episodes, right? That dealt with the flashbacks with him in the bantha tank and all of that stuff. So I, like you know what I mean? I mean, to your point, it definitely became the Mandalorian show. But with that, got some spotlight every now and then, but it did become a Mandalorian show. And for me, it I don't know if it because the show obviously got better, but I don't know if it got better because it coincided with the fact that they did away with the flashbacks and him of us catching up what had happened to Boba, because that was really it. Season episode 4, that was the end of the tank for him. He said he was done with it, and then we got 2 episodes of basically Mandalorian stuff, and then finishing up with our boy there at the very end.
right.
Coming back to Boba at the end. Cobb Vance, we talked about him. Yes, he is coming back. He's and they had mentioned that he said Bantha tank was being reused. That's obviously was being used for him. Question: is he a character? This was a character that's just created in this new Star Wars universe, or has he got some lore in the previous?
Oof, man. Good question. I do not know. I don't think
Okay,
he is. I think
I
he's a made up character for this show, or from the Mando.
okay, so introduced in new Star Wars lore.
I could be wrong, and I hope everyone comments on how wrong we are, because I honestly don't know. I can honestly say that he's not, but I'm not,
100% sure. Right.
100% sure.
Now, okay, so I obviously started enjoying it more. Like I said, it became the Mandalorian. And I was disappointed. We had talked about how Han might show up. I give him. I'm okay with him not showing up because we got a little bit more Luke, a lot more Luke than we actually got
more,
in the Mandalorian finale of season 2. So that one, it was a good trade-off for me because it was cool to see him in the beginnings of the Jedi Academy. All the great things I loved, unfortunately, didn't have anything to do with Boba Fett. It just didn't have anything to do with Boba until the very end. I thought the finale was fun. It got more exciting. Yes, he was riding the Rancor. That was kind of cool. Him and Mandalorian fighting side by side. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And I would imagine for you guys, who really are, again, I didn't watch the Clone Wars or anything like that. So Cad Bane, even though I know he was a major character when he showed up, so for you people like you who watched Clone Wars and others who were big fans of it, to see that character brought into live action was obviously a very huge deal.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a very huge deal. Just to see him killed off, I guess.
Well,
but it was still cool to see.
I talked to my friend about that, and he insists, I don't know if that's true, that when they zoom back down, you can see still a blinking light on his respirator or something like that. Like, he's still alive. There's
okay.
He's too big of a core bounty hunter from Bad Batch, from Clone Wars, Rebels, I believe he also came out on. I'm not sure. So to just have him killed like that, So
was he introduced in the Clone Wars or in Rebels?
I want to say Rebel. I really don't know. Again, I didn't finish Clone Wars. I'm so bad. I did not finish.
I never started it, so
yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, I never even started. Like I said before, man, sometimes I do think with the introduction of all this new stuff, that maybe I'm just a fan of the original trilogy characters. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what it is for me. But I did enjoy this, like I said, as it got, as it went on. And Mandalorian season 2, I thought was much better than the first season of Mandalorian. So I don't know. We'll see. Now, I enjoyed Fennec Shand. I definitely enjoyed Ming-Na Wen as Fennec. I do enjoy that actress, though. Obviously, she was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Melinda May.
Mulan.
She was great in that. Mulan. She's done a lot. Let's go back to ER. She was. Yeah. But no, Fennec Shand, I did like that character. Now, I'm going to ask you again, not to put you on the spot, but I don't know. Fennec Shand, is this a character created also just for the show?
I don't know, man.
All right, I'm a
I, I should have
okay.
invited my Star Wars geek friend to join us because he would have been like pointing out everything.
Well,
Honestly,
guys, you gotta let us know.
I don't know. I mean,
I think she was. I
you
think
would have,
for some
yeah.
reason I believe it was a character, and I also called
If
call
yeah,
Vance too.
I mean, if anything, maybe in the not the main series, maybe in the out of the books or something, or some kind of source material they've been there. I don't know. I can't for sure say yes, but I agree. I love that character, she did disappear for a little while towards the end, although we finally see her. She went straight to go just kill all the bosses in
Which was awesome. She is
one fell
just
swoop.
beast.
Just they're all gone. Even the
She
mayor.
always, yeah, even the mayor. She always plays such badass characters.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it. Love it. I love it.
She didn't even
Um,
flinch. She just kill, stab, gone.
and I know, right? And so I did think this episode was fun. It was awesome. And you were concerned about our heroes there, or anti-heroes there for a bit. You know what I mean? They were fighting a losing battle. But it was great to see the Mandalorian and Boba Fett fight side by side. I do say that. But I thought Black Kirston, Chrysanthemum,
Danton.
Chrysanthemum. I actually thought he was a goner,
I thought he was
but
gonna
then
die, but no, he just kept on getting back
he
up and what?
yeah. So it was great. I liked that. I liked him. I actually did like that character. I think that was for a lot of people. It was great to see him too in live action. So that
Right.
is a cool thing for people that who are following these characters. You know what I mean? And to finally get the ability to see these guys in live action is a lot of fun, and I think probably adds a lot. But I do think adds a lot to the enjoyment of these shows. But I do think that the consensus is that Boba Fett was a bit of a bore as a season as a whole. And unfortunately, it didn't get good until the Mandalorian came on
He
there, which says a
he
lot about the main character. And then to end, and to your point about how it was almost setting up the Mandalorian, the ending was the last shot of Boba Fett was Mando and Grogu flying off into the star to the solar system,
to
to the
their
universe.
next adventure. I mean,
Yeah,
and that
I was gonna say sunset, but
it poses questions for Mando rather than Boba itself. I mean, we've obviously found out that Grogu chose Mando over the teachings of Luke. I mean, is that
yeah,
going to be a whole new part of the story going into season 3 of Mando? I mean, if anything, you thought they were going to lead or tease something for Boba 2, if or leave something up in the air for a Boba
yeah.
season 2, but they didn't.
Alas, that was not to be. That was not to be, my friend.
I mean, there was like a whole 10 minutes of Mando fighting those droids, when then fighting the Rancor, and then from Grogu taming the beast and everything. I mean, that was just nothing of Boba was that. It was all Mando. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was. Now, and it was, I will say this was definitely set up like an old Western. You know what I mean? That's how I kind of saw this show. A mix of an old West, mafioso type of, underground mafia type stuff.
right.
But again, I keep going back to the excitement of the fight scenes, because it was almost like a Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid when those two were fighting shoulder to shoulder,
Yeah,
side by side. Oh,
especially when
dude,
they
there were
were,
the jetpacks flying around. Not
yeah.
that Billy the Kid, or not that
Right.
Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid were flying around on
Flying
jetpacks.
around.
But I mean, it was just a very. I
Yeah,
love
but
that. That
yeah,
is very fun.
the shots with them, they were both getting shot and beat, and they were both falling down, like if it was
Yeah,
the end, type. But yeah, no, I love the whole Western aspect of it.
yeah, it was good. Yeah, that part was good. So, again, if we had to rank the season as a whole, my friend, 1 through 10.
I'm gonna try to not be biased. 1 through 10.
Yeah.
I would say 6 pushing 7. It was not bad, it was not good, and it was definitely, it was better than, it was, I don't know. Yeah, I give it a 6. Okay.
That's funny. I was gonna say 6 too, and the only reason they got a 6 for me is because it got a couple points because the last 3 episodes got great. If it hadn't been for those 3, it probably would have got either a 4 or 5 for me, to be honest with you. But now if I'm judging it on Boba Fett's story alone, then yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4.
Well, then that would have only been what a 4-episode series.
Yeah, exactly. 4.5. We got a little bit. He was splitting the screen time there at the last in the last one. So, but yeah, no. All right. Well, cool guys. I do. Obviously, I'm not going to give up on these Star Wars shows. I'm going to continue to watch them.
We've got
but
there's a lot more coming out. I mean,
Ahsoka's got hers.
Andor. We got Obi-Wan coming up in a few months.
Now that is the one that I am probably most excited about. I think.
Oh yes.
Exactly. About all out of the ones that have been announced so far, between all of the stuff we just talked about. I mean, the rumor is he's going to get 2 saber battles with Vader.
Him and Vader, yeah.
And with 2 different ones. So that'd be awesome. I mean, that's just going to be good because again, revisiting these characters.
Yeah. And that's going back to what you were saying, how you love the original trilogy, and this is all original trilogy. I mean, this is the heart of the original trilogy, or part of the heart, because it's Obi-Wan. Unlike Boba, who we only saw maybe a good 30 minutes in Empire, and then 2 seconds.
Oh no, you're giving him way too much credit.
30 minutes in 2 seconds in Jedi, and where he just dies like nothing. He was knocked off the barge into the Sarlacc pit. But Obi was the star of the trilogy, the prequel trilogy, and then again, and the original trilogy. As far as the Force goes, I mean, everything. So this is going to be something to look forward to.
Most certainly is, my friend. So all right, so now we'll move into the other finale that just went down, and I have a feeling this one's going to get a lot higher marks. I don't know. Maybe I'm just could be wrong. That's my hypothesis. All right, LT, we're talking about Peacemaker. What did you think of the finale and then just the series as a whole?
That finale, that ending, holy crap. I mean, everything about that show from beginning to end was hilarious. The action, the blood, gore, I mean, what have you. It was a great finale. And I just, again, I don't know how they got the ending to happen, but that made the show on top of that was a perfect cherry on top. And of course, I'm talking about the Justice League making their appearance at the end. I mean, other than that, they tied everything. They tied everything together. They did what they had to do. They worked as a group. It was fantastic writing, fantastic acting. These guys, give it to John Cena, this professional wrestler, everything. He's got some acting chops, comedic acting chops. And then the rest of the crew or the rest of the cast just help them, and because of that, I'm looking forward to anything James Gunn's going to put out as far as DC universe shows, which we hear there is several, but as a most part, I'm excited. What do you think?
I thought it was incredibly awesome. It went out on an incredibly high note, which was hard to do because the show as a whole was never disappointing. It was fantastic. I enjoyed every minute of it. I did. I really did. It was just so good. I mean, his writing's just fantastic. I love the references, just the pop culture references even, you know what I mean, that they have. But and then all the little jokes and cracks to your point about the Justice League that he had made throughout, and you're thinking he's just being boisterous, he's just being, this bravado. He doesn't know the Justice League. I mean, he obviously does have something. They know him. He knows them. You know what I mean? The way he talked to them. The way he was that, and it was just, and he made the jokes about Aquaman like he had, and then Saul, and the fact that they had Jason Momoa and Ezra Miller as Flash and Aquaman, was just really cool. I actually, when I first saw them, I actually thought they were just going to stay silhouettes, and then when went to
when
the
I saw, yeah,
Momoa.
exactly. When I saw
Whoa.
Momoa come out, or not, you saw the silhouette, and I was like, that that's a kind of good, that's a good body double. And then all of a sudden, boom, you see Momoa, what? And then
Yeah.
Ezra, what?
And it was cool because it showed that, I mean, I don't know what exactly it means, but I do like the fact that it takes, who knows what the Flash is going to do. There's all these wild speculations. Who knows what the Flash is going to reset and redo and all that. But I do like that, at least for now, James Gunn was like, this is all in that the DC extended universe as we know it now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was really awesome. I think the whole butterfly thing, I thought that was cool, even though it's not really tied into DC lore, so much.
No.
I don't think they're based on anything. That's fine. It was cool. I thought it was okay. And I enjoyed them as bad guys. You know what I mean? And Harcourt. Now, and this also asks a lot of questions. What does it mean for the Suicide Squad? Is the Suicide Squad done
Is it
as
done?
far as we know it now? Because
Yeah.
she outed them. You know what I mean?
Waller, Task Force X, everything. She outed them all as a government,
Yeah,
unsanctioned government agency.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Adebayo, we saw Adebayo going up there and then making that announcement. I thought the action was pretty awesome for, and it was just the level of James Gunn gruesomeness,
oh yeah.
That he's known for, coming from the trauma world that he came from, you know, but their attack on the butterflies, it was just a lot of good quality stuff about it. And I just love the writing. It's just a fun, vulgar,
Yeah.
so incredibly wrong type of show, but it's
And
good. And
yeah,
Vigilante is the breakout character of this
he
season.
stole the show. He was awesome. Yeah. But
Yeah.
that level of trust, I think that the WB or Warner Bros. Gave James Gunn really paid off. Now it was announced before the finale that season 2 is already greenlit of
Yep.
Peacemaker. We heard before that there's going to be another spin-off show of Suicide Squad. And then we hear that, I mean, I've read that James Gunn, after he finishes Guardians of the Galaxy 3, he's going back and but mainly doing DC shows for HBO Max. And I don't know if that entails the spin-off or whatnot, but that just shows the level of trust they had in him, and he did not disappoint. That show was if you read, they're saying that's the number one show in
HBO Max.
Yeah, HBO
it's
Max.
The highest rated HBO Max show that they've had in their
and
2-year history.
Something like that. So, but
yeah,
and you can tell it had a huge following from a no-name D-list character, D-list, superhero, if you call him that, to now everyone loves, Peacemaker.
Well, they did a lot of right things, right? The opening got a lot of attention. It did. It got a lot of attention that maybe drew people to it that maybe weren't even going to watch it to begin with. But when they saw that opening, they're like, "Oh, what is this craziness?"
That I read again today that song, the "Do You Really Want It" or "Taste It"? Do you want to taste it? Is like number 1 right now on the charts. It's like 13 years
it's
old.
Definitely flown up. Yeah, it's 13 years old. Has definitely flown up. It's funny, that band, I might have mentioned this before, that band had just gotten dropped from their agency, like just a couple days before the premiere of Suicide Squad. And then it just blew them up again. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's the agency was like, damn it. Their agent or whatever had just dropped the band. But no, they did a lot of things right. And I am interested to see what's going to happen to season 2. We didn't talk about, we're talking about the finale. We didn't mention that, he had to take care of his father, that, they had big, they had it out in episode 6.
Yeah.
Was it 6? So how many episodes was it?
It was it was 7 okay. It was it was 7.
or was it 7, 8, or 8 episodes? I think it was 8.
It
Anyway,
was just so good. It
yeah, it
melt it all
was.
together.
It did. And the father, though, he did kill him, wound up killing him, and then they gave us a little background too as to what happened. How he killed his brother. Which was pretty. It was this did a good job of giving us a little insight into the psyche of Peacemaker to see
Yeah,
exactly
and
how. So he's not so much a villain now as he's more of an anti-hero for sure.
right,
Anti-hero.
right. And
Yeah.
now he's gonna have the ghost of his father in his head, I
Yep.
believe, you know, maybe he'll continue
Talking
to
to
the
him,
yeah.
which I
He'll
think
be
is kind of based on what I read on the comics, is that his father was kind of always there. You know what I mean? Kind of haunting him.
ugh,
And so that's definitely how they set it up.
haunting or taunting him is, it's gonna
Yeah,
be yeah.
yeah. So, no, I just loved it, man, and I can't wait till. Who knows when we'll get season 2 though? It sounds like probably could. He's filming what, Guardians now. He's got James Gunn. I'm talking about is filming Guardians, and then he's got the little Guardians Christmas special that he's doing
Oh, that's right.
for
Yeah, yeah.
Disney also. So who knows when we'll get back around to that. But no, all good stuff. And I guess congratulations to both James Gunn and Harcourt.
Yeah,
He's
got
dating her in
engaged.
real life. Looks like they got engaged. So James, if you're watching, congratulations.
Congratulations, bud.
But no, and yeah, fantastic show. We loved it. We loved it. We loved it. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen with season, or the no, that what's going to well, obviously what's going to happen in season 2, but even more, what the opening was going to be like. The opening is going to be like for season 2, because
Yeah.
a lot of those characters are now dead. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That were dancing around in there. Like Sophie Song,
Right,
who
right.
was played by Eddie Chang, the detective. She's
Well,
gone. So all those
all the
guys,
cops are pretty much
all the
gone.
cops are
Yeah.
gone. That's true. That's true. But yeah, that was awesome, and I'm really excited to see where we go from there. But it was
I'm
really
just
good, and I loved that they pulled off that cameo of the Justice
of
League.
the Justice
Sucks
League.
that they didn't have Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot, even though they said that they were going to, or they definitely didn't have them. But I'm talking about they had filmed stuff for Batman and Cyborg too,
Yeah,
but
and
then
they Warner
WB
Brothers said no.
cut that out. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that does throw in the question exactly what
Now,
the plan is for Batman. I think
whether
unfortunately we all know what it's going to be, and I hate it.
yeah, I mean, whether it was because they didn't want to give away anything, because I've read that this takes place after the Flash movie. So would having a Batman there tell us, a secret they're trying to hide of which, what
Batman
Batman they're
is
going
now,
with?
now. I've heard that too, but for some reason I don't believe that. I mean, I would love to believe that, because that just makes me feel like there's going to be more Superman and Wonder Woman. And the rumor that I keep hearing about Supergirl replacing Superman in the universe is not going to be true. By all means, have a Supergirl, but let's not have her
No.
replace him as the. But yeah, let's make a Supergirl movie. I'm gonna go watch it. I'll watch it. But don't have her be the whatever
Mm.
happens in this new universe, and there's no more Superman and Batman, and we have Supergirl and old man Batman or whatever. Just don't do that to us, guys. Don't do that. That's all
Yeah.
I ask. That's all I ask. But yeah. So if it is that, I'll be happy. If that's the case, if it does take place after that, then I'll be happy, because, like I said, we'll get that. But I don't buy it. Something tells me it's not quite true.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. Well, yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. Well, yeah. So I've got to ask, if we're rating the finale and then the series as a whole, 1 to 10.
10, definitely. I mean, it
Wow.
had
Okay.
it had everything. It had the comedy, the heart, it had acting, it had action, it had so
We
many
got the
damn
theme song during the
yeah,
fight scene. We got
at
the
the
theme
end when
song.
they're fighting, yeah.
Yeah.
They had those awesome cameos, I mean, throwbacks to they even talked about Green Arrow. They just made Green Arrow canon.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they did.
Even though they were poking fun of him, and he loves attending brony conventions and
Well, I would say they made Green Arrow canon. Are you talking about the Green Arrow show?
no, Green Arrow is a character.
Oh yeah. Okay, yes, yes. The
Yeah.
Green Arrow is in that universe for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were talking about making the
No, no,
show.
no, no, not the show. We're talking about
Canon. Yeah,
character.
no, no, yeah, he exists in that world, which is incredibly
Just like
awesome.
they confirmed Batmite.
Yeah.
Who else? A bunch of other characters. The obscure characters, but characters nonetheless.
Oh, Planet or Matter Eater Lad
Matter.
from
But
Legion of Superheroes. They mentioned him.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's cool. Yes, that and so I would also give it. I'm gonna give it. I want to give it a 10. I'm gonna give it a 9.5. Just because I feel like a 10. But you know what? I'm gonna give it a 10 because I enjoyed every minute of it. It was incredibly awesome. And like you said, the fact that what it made, to use your word canon, or to make it, all in this world, to acknowledge that there's other things out there that we don't, the Green Arrows out there, the Battery Lad, that there's this whole wonderful DC universe that's out there for yet for us to explore. We know those guys are out there. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
we could actually have some tales with them. I'm gonna give it a 10. You convinced me. Yes. So no, solid across the board, man. And again, if you had asked me a year ago if I'd be singing the praises,
Yep.
and I was probably a year ago today, probably mentioned about the fact that we were making a Peacemaker show, to be honest with you.
Right.
I was probably complaining about it a year ago today. Why would they make a show about that guy when
Who's
there's
he?
so many other cool shows that they could do? Makes no sense to me. You know what I mean? Hey, but you know what this means now? I do think we'll see, from the popularity of Peacemaker, I'll be so incredibly surprised if he pops up in like future DC, like
Maybe.
Justice League movies or something.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
even the Flash.
I think that might happen.
That might. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, he's definitely going to be a character that they're gonna use. He's gonna come out somewhere else. He has to.
Yeah, that was good. Very good. Well, cool. Well, listen, so we're going to now talk about transition from that. We're going to still stay in the DC universe.
Right.
Briefly talk about they released teaser, as we mentioned here in the beginning, about a minute long, talked about the Batman, Flash, Aquaman, and Black Adam. Some really cool stuff they showed us. I mean, we really got our first full view of Hawkman, which I think he looks incredible.
Wings.
He really
furled,
does.
yeah.
The wings. Yes. It looks awesome. Dr. Fate looks great. He really does. And then Atom Smasher and Cyclone. Atom Smasher. So I will say this. Dr. Fate, Hawkman, Atom Smasher look like they were lifted right off print in the comics. They really did. They did such a great job with those guys. I don't know much about Cyclone, but I don't think her costume was exactly accurate. But I am excited to see this character and see what she brings to the table. But I don't know much about Cyclone, like a lot.
Yeah.
I know she's part of the Justice. I do know she's part of the Justice Society, and I've probably actually read some stuff where she's been in there peripherally, but I don't know a lot about the character. But it just looked so awesome. I mean, we got 4 awesome movies. Again, we just talked about Peacemaker, how that's kicked off the year. And we've got 4 great movies coming up, man. That should really be awesome. The only thing that I wish is that the other 3 are tied into that universe: Black Adam, Flash, and Aquaman. I do kind of wish we were getting the Batman movie that was tied into that universe also. That's the one drawback. But other than that, it looked great to me. The scenes, the Flash, we actually heard
Michael Keaton.
Yeah. And so that was cool. And then we didn't get a whole lot of new stuff from Aquaman, but we did see him in his new suit.
No, I mean, it was definitely more than we saw at the fandom, previously.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got to see him in his alternate costume. But it was mostly Black Adam footage, which was great because I'm just so excited to see how they're going to make him the bad guy, yet somewhat redeemable, because his history is that of a protector, but then the power got to him, it corrupted him. It was so. Is he going to remain an anti-hero or hero or whatever? But on top of what we're going to get in 2 weeks for the Batman, that footage we saw. It wasn't, I don't believe it was new footage. It was just maybe just clips of what we'd already seen. I don't recall.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it all kicks off, like this 4 movies all kicks off next week, 2 weeks from now. with the Batman.
Indeed it
And
does.
it's just exciting. I don't think
10 days.
there hasn't been a DC year with 4 movies, has there? Maybe
No, I think this will be
3,
the first.
maybe 2, but not 4 in 1 year.
No, this will be the first time. I'm pretty sure, man. I mean, we just all started kicking this. It's been DC's been a slow roll. You know what I mean?
About damn time, DC.
They're release of their films. The fact that we are getting 4 is great. And then, like I said, the last 3 are tied in to the actual same universe. That's really cool, man.
Right.
Might
And
be
we had
awesome.
a kick-ass show to really just ignite the spirit of every DC fan. I mean, I'm talking about Peacemaker,
Mm-hmm.
And
And the rumor is Harcourt's going to make an appearance in Black Adam.
Who? I'm sorry.
Harcourt.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. As a member of what is she? Task Force X, or not Task Force X, but whatever. Oh my God, I can't think of the name of the group at DC that they're a part of. That she's.
Argus?
Come on, LT, help me out. Argus, yes, Argus. She's going to be an Argus agent.
Cool.
Working for them or something. So that's tie it all in, man. Tying it all in. That's all I want to see. So
yeah, I mean,
that's
they
the
already.
Now,
I was gonna say they are already tied in. If you recall last year's Crisis on Infinite Earths on the DC, I mean on the WV, we saw the Flash Ezra Miller crossover with the Flash show. So it slowly but surely looks like they're trying to tie everything a la Marvel. Although DC's got they're really behind, but I'm looking forward to the Flash technically more so than Black Adam and Aquaman. I mean, I'm going to see them all, but I'm more curious to see how they're trying to rewrite, if they rewrite
what the DC universe is going to look like afterwards.
Yeah, afterwards.
Because that's the DC universe we're going to be playing in afterwards. So to your point, yeah, I'm excited. I want to see where we're going to be playing. You know what I mean? I want to see where we're going to be playing, and Flash is going to be the one that answers that.
Yep. And that will go for all the TV shows that are coming up after too. I mean, we've saw behind the scenes pictures of the Batgirl with Michael Keaton's stunt double with a young J.K. Simmons looking. It is J.K. Simmons, but like maybe it may be a flashback in the Batgirl, and all of that. It needs to be answered on how that Batman exists with the Snyder Commissioner Gordon. It's just there's just so many questions, and that's why I'm looking more forward to the Flash than. I mean, I lie, Batman, of course, but that again, the Batman's going to be a total separate universe.
Yeah. Now, what I want them to see from that is, if I've said before, it just sucks that they're going to, as long as Batman doesn't act like there's no other heroes out there in the DC universe, I just don't want us to go back to that singularity type
Batman
of story,
Begins,
or where it's just nobody else out there. Now, where I will be okay if they maybe they at least I don't need superheroes to be flying in there and teaming up, but I just want them to say, mention Superman and Metropolis, or just let me know that there's a bigger universe out there where stuff is happening. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But now if they decided to use, I don't know how they would do it now, because it looks like they are building a Bat family. But if they were to use like this and build a Batman family from these movies also, I'd be okay with that. You know what I mean? If that's where they built the Batman family, which we've yet to really have until Batgirl. I don't know. There's a lot of confusing things that are happening, I guess. But we always forget, or we don't forget, but there's other cool things that are happening too, because we've got the 4 movies, but then Batgirl, which is a movie but on HBO Max, comes out also in November or December, at the end of this year also. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's great, man. I mean, we've got a lot of good stuff happening, which is pretty exciting. Yeah.
I love DC, and I prefer them to Marvel, and I think everyone knows. I mean, just look behind me of my DC.
Same.
Yeah. I've been a DC fan all my life. But that's not to say I'm not giving up on Marvel. I mean, we are going to talk about real quick before we leave the trailer of
Doctor Strange.
the last trailer we got for during the
and so Yep, and I want to go back to that too. Yeah, I'm a huge DC fan also. Huge DC fan. There's definitely more DC characters I like more than Marvel, but I would say that Marvel's killing them as far as the storylines got going on.
Yep.
I agree. But they're 10 years. But no, but I digress. So yes, the Doctor Strange trailer looks incredibly freaking cool, man. I mean, and kind of scary. Yeah, Sam Raimi's directing it. You see that they kind of let him put, he got his roots in horror. Yes, he did the Spider-Man trilogy,
right,
but he's responsible for the Evil Dead movies. Drag Me to Hell that he did just a few years ago after the Spider-Man movies. He's a horror auteur, and so they definitely let him bring his horror sensibility.
You can see how dark this movie is going to be versus anything that's even Doctor Strange 1, which was trippy, but this is going to be more.
This is trippy and scary. I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. My daughter, she was like, I can't go see that one. You know what I mean? We watched that trailer and she was like, that looks scary to her. It looks scary to her. She said it right there. She's like, oh no, I'm gonna go see that one. But no, it looks great. I think this is another one we're gonna have. And again, Marvel beating DC to the punch, it seems like. They always are, because with the multiverse and in the movies, the multiverse and stuff. And now we're gonna get, I think we're gonna get a slew of cameos, man.
From the rumors, and then that we've heard, and then we get kind of a confirmation in that one trailer of Charles Xavier,
X, old
Patrick Stewart. Yep. Yeah, we kind of get confirmation that maybe those rumors are true. We're gonna get a slew of characters that have never been introduced in the MCU that are Marvel, but were owned by the different companies back then of Sony and who else? Paramount. I'm not sure who else owned.
It was 20th Century Fox. 20th Century Fox owned X-Men and Fantastic Four.
Sony Spider-Man. Yeah.
And Sony has Spider-Man. They still do have Spider-Man. They just worked out a deal.
True, they're sharing with us. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
With us, I mean Marvel.
Yeah, but it is. I think they said John Krasinski is supposed to be in there as Mr. Fantastic.
Even
as a variant. These are the variants.
Yeah. So Tom Cruise
Black
as
Bolt
Iron Man.
As Iron Man. I've heard the one rumor. They did that show, The Inhumans, a few years ago.
Yeah.
And the guy Anson Mount, who played Black Bolt, there's a rumor that he's going to be in there during the scene of the Illuminati scene. Because in the comics, what is it? Reed. It's Richards, Mr. Fantastic. Iron Man is a Namor part of it too. I think he's part of the Illuminati.
Yeah, Namor, Doctor Strange. Professor X, Doctor Strange, and
Black Bolt. Bolt. So the rumors, that's who we're gonna see, and that's where a lot of those cameos will come from. But definitely Tony Stark will be played by Tom Cruise, is another rumor as well. Because it comes from that, because he was originally cast as Iron Man years ago. Yeah. And they never got that movie off the ground, so that's kind of a full circle part of it,
Right, and not to mention we're gonna get, we're bringing Wanda back into the fold. We don't know if she's gonna be the good guy or the bad guy.
It looks like she's actually having an encounter with herself during the WandaVision.
Right,
she looks like when she's looking at Wanda down on the floor. It looks like she's in that house
at her house. Yeah. And there's just so many things that could happen. We might see more than just Professor X, talking about the whole, everyone's thinking Wolverine's gonna come back, but even what's his face, Chris Evans coming back, but as Johnny Storm, type stuff like that.
That would be wild. We definitely got to see the what if stuff coming. The Marvel zombie. It looks like there's zombies popping up. It's gonna be crazy movie, but it just sucks that they're doing. The Marvel's getting the jump on the multiverse thing yet again over something over DC.
I see it.
Flash. It seems like
yeah, this is just a continuation, multiverse wise, from Spider-Man. So
Yeah, for sure.
if that movie was just made so much money, that's why I think, didn't they push back Doctor Strange more so they can do some reshoots because of how
That could have been that's the rumor, you know what I mean? Is they decided to really kind of go crazy.
rumor has it they were going to get Andrew Garfield or one of the Spider-Mans in
Toby Maguire.
Toby Maguire, yeah,
I've heard
because of Raimi,
Sam Raimi, yeah.
But yeah, who knows? I mean, that's when in May. When does that come out?
May. It's May, and it was supposed to have been March, I think. So we were supposed to have been this month coming up.
Should have been this month or
Can you imagine if we had Batman and Doctor Strange coming out in March? That would be crazy. But no, it was awesome, man. Really good stuff. So it's like I said, we got a lot of great stuff coming to us here in a few months.
This
year actually
payback for missing all of 2020, as far as movies. And
pretty soon I think there's going to be something every other month, like as far as whether Marvel or DC, there's something to be every in the theater starting pretty soon, starting in May. I think it's going to be like that through the end of the because then after that I think, isn't Thor this summer also, or no, Thor's in the fall, Black Panther's in the summer, or maybe or is it's one of the two.
I think Thor is in the fall. Yeah.
So Black Panther Wakanda Forever is coming out November 11th. And maybe Thor Love and Thunder release date is coming July 8th this summer. So it is.
And that one's going to be great. I mean, we get to see Lady Thor. We get,
we should probably get a trailer for that soon. I would imagine in the next month. I would think of the next, in March or April, because it comes out July 8th.
Some at least teaser before a big trailer, big 3-minute trailer. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yep. Well, guys, LT, I think we said it all, my friend.
We got a lot to say, man. 2 season finale, trailers, everything.
A lot of great stuff happening, which means we're going to be busy here the next few months, guys, sharing some great intel, giving you our feedback, sharing our opinions. As always, we definitely hope you guys enjoy it. Please let us know in the comment field. Comment. We appreciate the comments you are leaving, and for those who are watching, we appreciate that. Continue to watch it. Please share it. Let your friends know about it, and again, give us some ideas about what you'd like us to talk about. We're more than happy to adapt them into the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, all right, LT, my friend. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time. It's been a pleasure.
Yes,
guys.
Sir,
again,
appreciate
like our video. Yeah, like our video. Share it. We appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Everybody have a great day.
Later.
Peace.